Good boys. Look at this. Nap time's over. Time to get some grub. Time to get some grub. Tip, 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 tip. Come on. All right, so it's the 22nd of April, and these boys are at Dan Gallagher's orchard, and this is a little boy. He is shedding off nicely. Look at him go, though. He is seriously chowing down. Come on, chip, 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 chip. Come on, chip, 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 chip. Do I have like invisible written on me? Jeez. Come on. Come on, chip, 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 chip. I just sprinted for the car. Yet another way farming keeps you fit. Whew. All right, it's Thursday, the 24th of April. We're almost to May, folks. And it has warmed up. The grass is starting to grow. We're getting a little rain shower right now. It's supposed to end, but I'm sitting here in the car. Let's see what we got going this week that we can use for the Sunday message. And here's the idea that came to me. Hang on. I always thought as a kid it was interesting that a drop gets stuck on the windshield until another drop comes, and then the two drops combined are heavier and they make progress. So if you think about combining our drops, combining our energy as farmers, so instead of one farmer trying to do everything, we have a group of farmers who are good at everything but can specialize. So like I'm focused on the sheep, and maybe Corey's focused on the cows, and Joel is focused on apples. But we can come together and assist each other, and together we can change the world. Anyway, that's a thought I had. And now 45 minutes later, we got blue sky and the fences are rolled up, and I'm ready to go and move the boys. What did you say? I didn't hear you. What did you say? What? Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Here we go. Come on in. Chip, 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 chip. I love this part of the job. Look at him go. Sigh. So Spike and Luna are on a walk. Finally had a minute to take them for a walk, and we came through the woods trail, and this is the largest beaver lodge I have ever seen. And there's a smaller one, which is also pretty big. Look at the size of this thing. It's like massive. Wow. Come on, lazy bones. Let's all get going here. Let's get going. Come on. Here they come. All right. Hey, big boy. Hey, my big boy. Yeah, don't walk right in front of me, Spike. You have a habit of doing that. Yeah. He has a habit. All right. Let's undo the fence. Hopefully we can take the right string off with the gloves on. I'm taking my gloves off. All right, you guys ready? Ship, come on. I want everybody to be in a group. Everybody ready? No coughing, no limping allowed. Everybody healthy. No, yeah, go on that side. Look at this. They're not even stopping. So you guys weren't just laying around ruminating. You were laying around because you're starving. Is that the truth? Is that the fact? So I'm rolling up fences, which is my least favorite part of this whole job. I got 1, 2, 3, like 4 more to roll up. But it is April 26th. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. A misty, moisty April 26th video shot. So what I've been trying to say in some of my thought reflective videos, the question is, what do you really want? What do you truly desire? What is it that all the other things that you're doing seem to promise to get you, right? In relationships, we think if we find that one other person, if we find the one, then it will get us the intimacy and the love that we long to feel. But that's a trap, because unless we actually feel it to start with, unless we're fine without that relationship, we're going into it as, trying to get something. And that's, we want intimacy, but the way to get intimacy is to really learn about yourself, to become intimate with yourself and the patterns, the habits, the assumptions, the beliefs, the projections, the childhood crap, the assumptions that you make about another person that are really about you. That's one whole area. Then the other area is, for me, I want to be a steward of the land. I've always wanted it. I've wanted it as much as I wanted to be a musician. And I've always been spiritually aware that there's more to the universe, there's more to consciousness than just making $1 and buying stuff with it, And I want to leave this, whatever land I touch, in better shape than I found it. I want to regenerate and restore and resuscitate and revitalize and renew land. I've always wanted that. And I really like eating food that I know where it came from, and I know how it was raised, and I know the animals, and I want it. And the other Mark Shepard, the farmer in Wisconsin, who's also a songwriter, basically has said it, I think, the best. I want it to hurt. I want there to be consciousness about the fact that I am taking a life of a cherished friend in order to sustain my own life. And it's not just, a dead piece of meat in a package in a grocery store. And the meat in the grocery store is still better than Fruit Loops, but, it comes from animals that are fed God knows what. GMO feeds, grains that have been treated with Roundup to dry them, all kinds of chemical fertilizers, grains that have basically been grown on land that was nuked so that nothing else grew there. Meat that's been raised either indoors, in the case of chickens and hogs, or, indoors on concrete, or in a feedlot, just all jammed in, standing in their own poop. I don't want that. I want to, and this is something I can do about that. I don't have to just complain about it. Like, I can do something about it. And it's not always easy, and sometimes it's hard. And I've said this so many times in videos, we choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it's hard, right? John F. Kennedy's famous speech. But the thing is, Every day, whether the weather's nice or not, I'm out here on the land taking care of other beings other than myself, which the other piece for me is, as a singer-songwriter, singer-songwriters are notoriously self-involved. I mean, we're reflective. Otherwise, why would we write songs? We feel things deeply. Otherwise, why would we write songs, right? And a lot of my songs are about things that are a lot deeper than Baby, Baby, I Love You, or Baby, 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 whatever love song, whatever vapid love song is a current #1 single. So my songs are deeper. My songs are rooted in the land. My songs are rooted in an awareness that we're not just here to take. We're not just here to take. We're here to provide and add value in every way we can that aligns with our spirit. And so part of my process of starting a farm, which is for me church, like this is the most sacred act I can do. It's an act of healing for the land. It's an act of healing for the microbes in the soil, for the animals themselves, for me. When I was working on this talk yesterday, when I took a little walk to run some ideas by myself, as a farmer, I come into close contact with death, with the fragility, the frailty of life, with the sacredness of every living thing that has, like a candle, a limited burn time, right? This is a limited engagement. And living with a 97-year-old man who is struggling with health issues, and it's like death by 1,000 cuts. This poor guy, he's handicapped. He dealt with so much trauma as a kid, and he has some periods where he's fine, but then we have challenges. Somebody puts in the catheter wrong, and he's in pain for 4 days, and we get somebody else to put it in, and he's better, but then the pain comes back, and we don't know why. And those things, when you're living with that and the fragility of life, one of the young lambs died yesterday. It just happens suddenly. They seem fine. Then one day they're standing by themselves. The next day they're dead. And that's happened almost a dozen times this winter. And we've gone the medication route. That didn't seem to really fix it. We went vaccination. They still die. So for me, it brings up a lot of questions of, okay, if I'm going to work with nature, I have to accept that some of these animals aren't going to make it. And I don't want to breed those animals anyway. Like, I want the ones that are going to make it. I want the tough ones. Greg Judy says this a lot, that the farmer has to be the predator. In the past, these flocks were kept healthy by the wolves. Taking out the ones that were weak, taking out the ones that were sick, and thereby cleansing the flock, keeping the flock safe from communicable diseases. The predators would eat the sick ones, get them out. And the animals were constantly on the move, moving away from the predators, right? So it's a whole system that nature evolved over probably millions of years, and we are just a speck. We're just a drop in the bucket of time, drop in the ocean of time, really. So for me, the takeaway message this week is to ask yourself really good questions. What is it that I truly desire? Am I on that path? Most of the time I feel like I'm on that path. Sometimes I wish I had more time to keep working on my music. I wish my music would generate income. I wish somehow that my music would support me financially. But so much has changed in the world of music that doesn't seem possible, but I still have to do it, right? So farming in the same way, I need people to buy my meat, but I'm still in the startup phase. Like, if too many people want my meat, then I can't keep everybody happy, right? So the scaling up process has to be gradual. The process of living our lives has to be taken one step at a time, but with awareness, with consciousness, with being awake to the fact that we are moving through time, and that the very awareness we have, the very presence we have here, even on our worst day, even on our just most difficult, challenging day, is still a gift. And there are seasons, and sometimes it's winter, sometimes it's spring, sometimes it's summer, sometimes it's fall. And it's helpful to know where you are in your own cycles. Like, are you entering the fall of your life right now, or the winter of your life? You're going to have different goals at different places. If you're in the spring of your life, if you're in your 20s, like, what do you want to do? Try a bunch of stuff. Get out of your local area and explore the world. Try different things. Do internships at lots of different places. Study and learn everything you can, anything you're interested in, to find if there's a way you can provide value to other people in that field, and thereby generate income and value for yourself. So that's where I am today, people. And at this moment, I don't know if I'm going to play you the latest version of Boats Are Burning, because I'm getting close. I'm getting real close. I recorded some electric guitar parts. I recorded kind of a sharp, high-end part on the offbeats, ting, 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 and then I recorded some power chords, and I think that's going to be good, but it might not be ready for this week's Sunday message, so I'll have to figure that out. But in the meantime, sending out thoughts, sending out prayers. I know there are a few of you out there watching this, and I know that you're all on this journey too. We're all on this together. And, you know, my apologies if you wanted a cat video or a puppy video. But you're going to get sheep and dogs. And I still haven't gotten over to the cows. I've just been really busy moving the boys and then moving the girls. Last year at this time, I had the boys and the girls all together. So I had half the work last spring. But a lot is about to happen. A lot is about to change. I'm working on a song called Something Big Is Coming. I kind of feel like something big is coming. And we're kind of due. We're kind of due for something big, and it might already be starting to happen. There's a lot of political shenanigans going on. And I beg you to be patient to the questions in your own heart, said the poet Rilke. Love the questions themselves, like locked doors that cannot be opened to you now because you would not be able to live the answer. But ask the questions. Love the questions. Why does it work out better than you can possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than we can possibly imagine? Keep the questions flowing. And that is where I will leave you, because I have talked long enough, and it's been a long week. Joel and Luke are coming back tomorrow, and I can't wait to see them. They help so much, and it's so good to not be alone in this journey. And shout out to my friend Corey and his wife Sarah. They're going to take Corey's girl sheep, and they're going to take care of their lambing so that our lambs don't get confused this year. And then we'll possibly put the flocks back together. We're also trying to get the cows or the steers over at Joel's place, but it all depends on how much rain we have. And in the process of hopefully buying or renting some sheep for solar farms. And there's like 5 of them that are about to be ready to go. And yeah, that's the news. I really appreciate you folks. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. Please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you're working on in your life and if this has been helpful at all. And again, I can't apologize for it being the way it is because it's all I can do. It's all I have time to do. But to integrate my music and my farming and my spirituality into one thing, it's one thing. It's not separate things. And all the best to you. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen. I wish that I could tell you what you wanted to hear. I wish that I could tell you there's nothing to fear. But we don't have time to argue anymore, because the boats are burning on the shore. You can choose to think the thoughts that you always thought to think. You can medicate the pain with something strong to drink, but it won't drown out the wolves howling at your door, because the boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning, there is no turning back. The boats are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore. I don't have time to explain it all to you, or to take classes in your school of fools. I'm playing by a brand new set of rules, because the boats are burning on the shore. This is not a drill, it's either kill or be killed. We'll either stand or fall, but there's no one else to call. So lead or follow or get the hell out of the way, because the boats are burning on the shore. Boats are burning, there is no turning back. The boats are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats much rather run. Look away if you want to, or stare into the sun, because the boats are burning on the shore. Our backs are to the sea, and there's nowhere else to flee. Now we must move forward ever more fiercely. You can see what you wanna see, or face reality, because the boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning, there is no turning back. The boats are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning, there is no turning back. The boats are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. 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 I'm feeding the dogs outside, as I always do, because the sheep want dog food. But the sheep followed me over here, and they're actually exploring this little strip. And I can actually move that fence out a little bit more, so it's not quite as tight for them. But there's some good grass in here, and look at this. Look at this. They're checking out some of the bushes that are beginning to leaf out. It's okay, Luna. It's okay. Luna's always worried about sharing her dinner with sheep. She's been traumatized, I tell you. I like some of these brown girls. I think it's good to have a little color and some patterns. So yeah, there's some good stuff in here. I'm not starving you. There's plenty in the field as well. Man, they're vocal. Come on, duckies. Snack and evening safety time. Come on. Come on, duckies. The first one's name is Lori, the second one's name is Lori, and the third one's name is Lori, and the fourth one's name is Lori too. All spelled differently. So, I'm editing the Sunday message, and I looked out the window of the garage, and it's snowing. I object. I object. This is not right. It's wrong. Peace, love, grooviness.